Party people in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. This comes to me via Facebook. I don't know if this was intended to be a reaction, but it's gonna be a reaction. So let's not put the Phantomonium tag on this, but this did come to me courtesy of Ninja Cam woman herself. She tagged me and she said, "I'm sure this will anger you." This comes from BuzzFeed, so it's 50-50 chance. That'll anger me. BuzzFeed's hitting about 50-50 with shit that'll piss me off. And so here we go. 9 poor casting choices from Hollywood starts right now. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about Emma Stone playing Court of Orion. Clint Eastwood, I think, did the same, or John Wayne played an Indian too. Yeah, and I heard about Mickey Rooney playing an Asian in that movie. Wow. For the 50s, that's not bad makeup work, I guess. Carradine at least had semi-Asian eyes. Yeah. But there are a lot of Mexicans who look white. Check out the Sheen family, for instance. Yeah, that was kind of the thing a couple years ago. Well, there you go. Our friends at BuzzFeed doing a little social justice warrioring there with the Hollywood color issue. It doesn't piss me off. Angering me, Ninja Camera Woman, is slightly off in so much as I know that it's a thing, and I know that it's been a thing essentially since Hollywood ever began. There was an instance where Lena Horne was passed over for a role as a black woman passing for white in the movie Riverboat in favor of an actual white woman, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. Now, it doesn't anger me because the thing is, in today's society, in the last 30 to 40 years, it's become less and less about the power of Hollywood. Back in those days, it was like this is just the power. This is just the trajectory of the nation with racism. Now it's about money. Before, Hollywood was involved in racism because everyone was involved in racism. Now Hollywood can get away with that kind of racism. You can get away with having Emma Stone play a quarter island chick or quarter Asian chick because people will still pay to see that movie. That's why. As far as the press for Aloha is concerned, I think I saw a trailer for it on a video on YouTube. That wouldn't allow me to skip through it, and it mentioned nothing about her race. Nothing. It just mentioned that Emma Stone was in it. And they downplayed that. They just said, "Here's Aloha." Hollywood will get away with that. Hollywood will get away with anything that the consumer allows Hollywood to get away with. And it's the same thing with any industry. An industry in America will get away with anything said industry is allowed to get away with by the consumer. In other words, vote with your money. Vote with your money, 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 vote with your money. I can't say it enough times. I've said this a million times before in my videos before. Vote with your money. Vote with your money. I probably wasn't going to go see Aloha before, but now that I know that Emma Stone was playing a partial Pacific Islander or Hawaiian chick or Asian chick or whatever, I'm definitely not going to give him my fucking money now. Vote with your money. Now, the question, a sub-question that may not be asked is how much impotence is put, how much, not necessarily impotence, how much blame is put on the actor. Emma Stone knows she's not Pacific Islander or whatever, but she decided to play the role anyway. How much blame goes on the actor, especially now? You know, back in the 50s, everybody was racially insensitive. Matter of fact, it was a badge of honor to be racially insensitive. Now, how much of the blame goes on Emma Stone? And it's hard for me to do that because I love Emma Stone so much. I love Emma Stone. Like, if I saw her on the street, I'd hit on her. I don't give a fuck if she has a boyfriend. I'd try to fucking hit on her because it's Emma goddamn Stone. But, how much of it goes on? How much of the blame goes on to her? You know, she doesn't look anything like that part. You know, you could make a case for Ben Affleck and Argo, because of how good Argo is, and let's face it, with the American public, if the product is good, we'll forgive almost everything. And two, because of how many people of Latin descent look white. Like, I gotta be honest, a lot of them look white. I mentioned the Sheen family. They've been passing. The reason why their name is Sheen as opposed to Estevez, except for Emilio, is because they wanted to pass for white. And they've been passing for white. You thought Charlie Sheen was a white guy, didn't you? No. You thought Martin Sheen was a white guy. No. No. So, I mean, there is that cultural thing there. So there is that kind of blending of the ethnicities there. So how much of the blame goes on the actor is one thing, and how much of the blame goes on the consumer is the other thing. Now, the only thing you can control is, now, from a business perspective, I can understand actors not necessarily wanting to pay attention to that. I can understand that. It's money. It's money and it's business. It's, you know, they want to do business for the sake of doing business. I can understand that now. They don't always necessarily want to stand up for that, and that's, you can understand both sides of that. You go out there, you are stepping out on a limb, and you could get a lot of public support, but you could get a lot of industry backlash and so on and so forth. But the pad against that is you as the consumer saying, oh, Emma Stone is playing a Hawaiian chick and she's clearly not Hawaiian, I'm not going to go see this movie. You know, Hollywood trends that a lot of people are fucking sick of happen because people keep paying money to go see it. Melissa McCarthy is still a thing because people keep going to see her fucking movies. I'm so sick of her just fat and stumbling around in the movies and belching and scratching her way through movies. And yet, I think Spy is the number one movie in the country right now. Because you fuckers keep paying for it. That Michael Bay sucks so much. And yet, every Transformers movie makes a shit ton of money. Ninja Turtles made a shit ton of money. Ninja Turtles 2 is going to make a shit ton of money. None of Ninja Turtles 2 movie money is going to be mine, by the way. Fuck you, Trapzilla. I am not going to go see Ninja Turtles 2 with you. Fuck you. But that shit's going to make a shit ton of money. And we all know it's going to be crap. But it's still going to make a shit ton of money. You have to vote with your... It's really quite simple. People can control what the market gives them if they stop paying for the shit they don't want. If you stop paying for the shit you don't want, Hollywood's not going to give that to you anymore. It's going to change trajectory and give the shit that you want. Well, guess what? They're going to keep putting people in movies that are ethnically not right for those roles because you are going to keep paying to go see them. Most big budget Hollywood movies make their fucking money back. It's a rarity that major studios don't make their money back on their movies. Major studios. Because you fuckers keep paying for this shit. The flyover states don't give a fuck that Emma Stone's not Hawaiian. They ain't give a fuck less than Nebraska that she's a white girl. Matter of fact, they probably like that fact. If change is what you want, if you're not happy with this, and I personally, I'm not happy with it, but I'm not irate. I'm not incensed by it. I understand why it exists. It exists because the consumer keeps allowing it to exist. If you're a connoisseur of fine cuisine, you have to understand that McDonald's exists because people will never not love McNugget. Oh, have you seen what McNuggets are made of? People are still eating that shit. People will continue to buy whatever people will continue to buy. It is you can't blame the corporations for a lot of the shit that they do if you keep giving money to the corporations. Give you a nice little example. I could talk shit about cable companies. I would love to talk shit about cable companies, about how much money cable costs and all the many people have done this before. All the channels that you don't want, that you have to pay for, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Or I could just not get cable, and that's what I did. I don't have cable. I have internet, and that's all I need. I watch whatever the fuck I want to watch. I don't need to have all these fucking channels. I watch whatever the fuck I want to watch, and I save a shit ton of money. My money goes to places I want to see it go to. With few exceptions. Like, I still have to pay for gasoline in my car, for instance. But my money, I can't afford solar panels, for instance, to have my money go there instead. But for the most part, in a lot of instances, my money goes where I want my money to go. Same thing here. You want better representation in Hollywood? You want a Hawaiian actress in a Hawaiian movie? Don't go see this bullshit. You want an actual Persian in the Prince of Persia movie? And I remember when that came up. Don't go see it. Don't pay Jake Gyllenhaal's salary for doing it. Don't pay the studio for making shitty mistakes, for making shitty movies. It's not impossible. If you're not, a very recent example is Johnny Depp. The American public has finally decided that they were sick of Johnny Depp, so they stopped going to see Johnny Depp movies. His last 2 or 3, I think 2 movies, didn't make their money back. And now Hollywood is fixing and trying to figure out what they're going to do with that product. It's really that simple. You don't want something, don't pay for it. It's just, you want something, pay for it. Or invest in somebody who's making it. Or make it yourself. Be the change you expect to see. That's what that is. So, angry? No. Disappointed in human nature? A little bit. Change it yourself. Cancel Ghostbusters reboot. Suplex City, bitch. Peace out. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City,